Right now at 6, a former pediatrician pleads guilty to charges of child sexual assault. He will not go to trial. And La Crosse Central High School holds its annual ceremony ahead of Memorial Day to remember those who were lost at war.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. A former La Crosse pediatrician pleads guilty to 2 counts related to child sexual assault today. Joseph Poteruca pled guilty to felony second-degree sexual assault of a child and fourth-degree sexual assault, a misdemeanor. The second fourth-degree sexual assault charge was dismissed but read in. The sexual assaults were not related to his treatment of patients as a doctor. The judge ordered a pre-sentence investigation. A sentencing is scheduled for July 31st. The Onalaska teen accused of armed robbery was in court today. During the preliminary hearing, an investigator testified about the robbery. He said 17-year-old Ephraim Coe went to the victim's apartment to buy marijuana. The investigator said Coe went into the bathroom and then came out with a gun demanding cash. He said Coe repeatedly pointed the gun at one of 2 victims' heads, demanding they go through furniture for cash. He said Coe stole one of the victim's phones at one point and then transferred money to himself from a Cash App account. The investigator described a victim fighting Coe and then Coe firing a gun into the floor of the apartment before running away. Judge Ramona Gonzalez says Coe's case will go to trial. Coe's attorney entered a plea of not guilty. A pretrial conference is scheduled for mid-June. After helping pull down the statue of a Civil War hero and abolitionist outside Wisconsin's Capitol building in 2020, one man has now received a sentence. 33-year-old Kelsey D. Nelson was sentenced to 6 months in jail after driving the car that pulled the statue of Hans Christian Heg down and looting a nearby jewelry store. Nelson has been ordered to pay $5,000 to the jewelry store and $2,500 to the State Department of Administration for the damaged statue. Those costs will be split among those who were part of the incidents.
Wow, what a gorgeous day across the Coulee region. We had temperatures in the 70s. And if you like today, I think you're going to like Memorial Day weekend. We were in the 70s from top to bottom across the area. Bosco, very close to 80 degrees. You were at 79. You'll get to 80 tomorrow. Same story over towards the Red Wing area. Eau Claire made it to 77. La Crosse made it to 77. Same story. And Sparta. Radar scan right now showing a clean sweep across the Coulee region. This will get a break for the weekend. High pressure is in control. You can just see that big dome of high pressure just sitting right here. And basically everything is going around this high pressure. You can just see everything just wrapping around here, keeping us high and dry for the next several days. And outside right now, we're in the 70s from top to bottom. Mid-70s towards Black River Falls, over towards Sparta. We're at 77 La Crosse. Same story in Eau Claire. 73 is the current temperature in Winona, as well as Decorus. If you have any plans this evening, we'll see temperatures in the low 60s by the 10 o'clock hour, mid-50s by the overnight hours, upper 40s, low 50s by 6 a.m. Now, coming up in the first warn forecast, Ken, we're going to talk about temperatures going into the upper 80s, low 90s, with a caveat. Thunderstorm chances are in the forecast. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Well, in honor of those who have lost their lives protecting our country, La Crosse Central High School today continues a tradition that's more than a century long. Today, the school hosted its 101st Memorial Day observance program. The ceremony includes performances from Central High's Color Guard and Flag Corps and music from Central's Robed Choir. One veteran says the school's efforts mean a lot to him and others in the community.
It's humbling that a public education institution does take the time to honor veterans and recognize the ultimate sacrifice made by those who died in the service of their country.
Today's main address was given by La Crosse School District Superintendent Aaron Engel, who has served in the military for 20 years.
Glad that our students and our community could be a part of celebrating Memorial Day. It's important to recognize the service of others and those who have fallen in defending our country.
Central High School has hosted the program every year since opening in 1923 and encourages community members this weekend to thank any veterans that they may know. The Friday before Memorial Day is designated as Don't Fry Day, where health experts are warning about the dangers of excessive sun exposure and skin cancer. So if you plan to head outside this summer, doctors recommend you choose sunscreen that has an SPF rating of 30 or higher. If you have sensitive skin, mineral sunscreen will irritate your skin less since it sits on top of your skin rather than being absorbed like chemical sunscreens. But doctors do want you to know that chemical sunscreens are still just as effective.
Chemical sunscreens are equally safe. For these to be effective, you do want to apply them about 15 to 20 minutes before going outside.
Doctors recommend using a cream or lotion for the first application before you head outside, and then to reapply every 2 hours, and of course wear hats or sunglasses for added protection. This weekend does kick off the unofficial start to summer, and with many kids being home alone while school is out, it can be easier for them to potentially get into trouble. Wellness experts say 11 is usually a good age to start allowing children to stay home alone. They say it's important to teach your children what to do during various emergencies like power outages and fires. One Gunderson expert says boundaries and rules are critical to keeping your kids safe.
I think setting guidelines and standards of what's okay for your youth to do while you're gone. Is it okay for them to go to the store when you're not here? Making sure you're having a check-in system, that you have code words in place.
Harris also recommends parents review expectations with teenagers, including where they're going and who they're going with. A new program is rewarding dogs and their humans for being responsible at the Upper Mississippi Wildlife Refuge. The Bark Ranger program kicks off soon. Now, BARK stands for Bag Your Pet Waste, Always Leash Your Pet, Respect Wildlife, and Know Where to Go. Your pup can get sworn in with their paw print as a Bark Ranger.
We're going to do a scoop for poop. So we'll give you a bag, and you can go and help us clean up our trails from other pet waste that was left behind. And if you bring it back, we will give you a scoop of ice cream, and we even will have pup cups for your dogs.
The swearing-in event happens June 3rd at the La Crosse District Visitor Center. Registration is going to be required. Each dog will get a certificate and a bandana. The Coulee Region Humane Society will open its doors for visitation for the first time since 2020 so the public can join in on their Pity Palooza. Next week, the shelter is allowing people to come in and check out available animals. During the Pity Palooza promotion, all pit bull-like dogs will be available at half the normal adoption fee. The Humane Society has 9 pitties ready for adoption right now and will have more by the time the promotion starts. Leaders say each dog is ready for a new home.
Some of our pit bulls that we have currently make great family dogs, great with kids, great with other animals. And then, you know, like any other breed, some of the pit bulls that we have right now do need more specialty homes, like to be the only dog in the home or an adult-only home.
So adorable. The public is welcome to come see the pitties as well as other animals next week starting Tuesday. Visitors can stop by from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. The visiting hours are temporary and will only run through the following Sunday. If you want to meet a dog one-on-one, you must submit an adoption application and make an appointment. Still ahead tonight at 6, a student favorite tradition returns to West Salem Middle School. 5th graders are enjoying total creative freedom as they come up with their Restaurant City projects.
When Derek Van Orden wanted your vote, he signed the U.S. Term Limits Pledge. But now, Congressman Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up!
Called GNT.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn. But my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Diapers in politicians must be changed often, and for the same reason. And already something stinks about Derek Van Orden. Now politician Van Orden is breaking his U.S. term limits pledge. Term limits action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Fifth grade students from West Salem Middle School are showing off their annual Restaurant City projects. The students are tasked with choosing a state that interests them and developing a model restaurant, including theme, storefront, and menu. Teachers from West Salem say that when students are chatting with the incoming fifth graders, this project always stands out as a crowd favorite.
We love restaurants. We all have our favorite restaurants, and they were able to take their own background knowledge of what they know about restaurants and take their favorite parts about restaurants and put it into their place. Plus, come up with any new and innovative ideas that maybe we've never seen.
And the teachers say the students enjoy this tradition because it gives them total creative freedom. After the break, a heads up on this year's annual river cleanup. Plus, while a scuba group was diving to clean up Lake Mendota, they found a cell phone, and when they plugged it in, it started right up.
And I'm meteorologist Eric Dean. Here's the Dean's List for tonight. Shades and sunscreen will be needed for the weekend. 80s and 90s will return next week, but there is a thunderstorm chance in the forecast. We'll talk about that with my 8-day forecast on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Selling your car yourself can take weeks. Selling to an online reseller takes days. Selling your car to Dahl Auto takes 30 minutes. Bring your title and keys and leave with a check. Dahl Auto, simple.
At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips. We power bedtime stories. We power our local hospitals. We power connections with friends. We do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. How powerful is that?
Visit Batteries Plus for free auto battery testing and installation. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. It's where you'll find the best furniture in the area. And now, during our Memorial Day sale, the prices are better than ever. Only at Drury's will you find store-wide sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. You'll find incredible savings on furniture for every room in your home. From Daniels Amish, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, and Stressless, all on sale. Great sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. The Memorial Day sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
30 years ago, it was my job to convince people to buy overpriced stuff they couldn't afford, they didn't want, and they didn't even need. Well, after doing that for 2 years, I decided people need to be informed, not convinced. So don't you think it's time to discover Firefighters Credit Union, where you can be informed and not convinced?
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Experienced sales consultants are good listeners who sell people what they need, not what's on sale. They're easy to work with and value a trusting relationship. We know team members with these life skills earn lifelong customers. Dahl Auto, simple.
Take a look outside right now. This is the hour G forecast. You can see right here for the weekend, the grass, the pine, and the trees. They're on the medium end right now, and the reason being they're going to continue to stay on the medium end until it rains. And in terms of rain chances, we need it. We're about an inch or 1 3/4 of an inch below normal for the month. Now, rain chances are going to pick up again as we go throughout your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but Memorial Day weekend it is shaping up to be downright nice with temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s for your Saturday and Sunday, upper 80s as we go into your Monday. And you can see that ridge of high pressure staying in control. We get on the back end of this as we go into the first part of next week. You can see that southerly flow that'll be in play. Just to the north of us will be a warm front, and that's going to allow those temperatures to go up. We're going to go into the upper 80s for Monday and Tuesday, and how about 90s as we go into your Wednesday and Thursday. We were nowhere near the 90-degree mark today. Matter of fact, we only made it to 77 after a morning start of 43. 76 and 54 is where we should be for this time of year. So there's another notch on the chart for average. So we've had 2 days above average, 9 days below average, and 15 days above average. Actually, that 77 needs to go on the above average end, as 76 is where we should be. So we're seeing that temperature of 77 right now in La Crosse. Eau Claire is sitting at 77 degrees, making for a beautiful start to the weekend. Here's that ridge of high pressure I was talking about, how it's large and in charge. You can see right here all that moisture just wrapping around that high pressure system. We have a stationary boundary that's in play to the north of us, which will turn into that warm front. And as long as we stay in this pattern for the weekend, which we will, we're going to see those temperatures staying above normal. So across the zones for tonight, we'll see temperatures in the mid 40s. Some places will get over towards the 50-degree mark, especially towards the Mondovi and Alma area. Over towards Ladysmith, you'll go to 45, 42 Loyal, 44 Fall Creek, Pepin, you'll go to 49. Neilsville will go to 40 degrees. We'll see clear skies for tonight. Plenty of sun for your Saturday, maybe a little bit of cloud cover across our southern zones, but that's really about it. You can see right there the sunny skies staying in play. Highs on Saturday. Look at this. How about 70s and 80s? And as I mentioned, that temperature trend is going to continue to go up as we go into the next several days. So we'll go into the mid 40s for tonight with mostly clear skies. A beautiful evening with winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your day planner for tomorrow, we'll start the day off with temperatures in the 50s by the 8 o'clock hour. Plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. We go into the upper 70s, low 80s by the mid to late afternoon hours. That's going to take us into the next 8 days. So upper 70s, low 80s will be the rule for the weekend. 87 for Monday, 88 Tuesday, 90s with thunderstorm chances Wednesday and Thursday. Then we cool off just a smidge for Friday and Saturday with highs in the mid to upper 80s, but we will keep the thunderstorm chances in the forecast. We don't really need the thunderstorm, but at this point, we do need that rain. We're almost 2 inches below normal for the entire month, and June starts next week.
And we have had a dry spell.
Yes, we have.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. Well, in other news, what started as a surprising discovery under the waves of Lake Mendota led to a detective mission for UW campus police. In the course of Catherine Merck's reporting, it led her all the way back to where the story started.
They say the things we lose have a way of coming back to us, but it might not be in the way you expect. The Four Lakes Scuba Club says in this case,
out of sight is not out of mind.
On one of their cleanup dives, club president Ellen Evans says they made a pretty routine discovery when coming across an iPhone that still worked.
We find phones. We always try to charge them up. A lot of times they aren't functional, but occasionally they are. We try to return them to the owner. She charged it up and it came on.
Finding a working iPhone in the bottom of Lake Mendota didn't faze these divers too much. So it kind of makes you wonder, what else could be down there?
We target things that are bad for the environment. So plastic bags, plastic cups, plastic bottles, electronics. I found a cash register drawer that was empty. So I'm wondering how that ended up there.
The mystery of the iPhone would eventually turn to the hands of campus police. Detectives were able to get into the return iPhone, which led them to recent UW-Madison grad Ellie Eisenberg.
I picked up the phone, it was a 608 number, and I was like, okay. And it was UW-Madison Police Department, and I was like,
Uh-oh, well, that can't be good. I dropped my phone in the lake a full year ago off of a boat and thought it was gone forever. And then I got the call and here it was.
She and her friends were out on a boat when her cell phone made the plunge last summer.
And I got a new phone because I thought, like, who would even find it? Like, who do you call for that? Thank you, scuba team. Thank you, UW Police Department.
In Ellie's case, the reunion comes as a bit of a shock.
I'm just surprised it worked and they found me.
I just try to imagine what were people doing that this ended up in the water, and usually I can't come up with a good explanation on how this got here.
The unexpected comeback brings even more questions than when it was originally lost.
Yeah, now I'm like, what's below me? I have no idea. Like, maybe I should go looking. Maybe I should get myself a little scuba set and join the club out there.
So if you want to do a little waterway cleaning of your own, there are 2 Mississippi River cleanup days coming soon. On Friday, June 2nd, volunteers can gather at the Trempealeau boat landing. Registered volunteers will go to the landing they chose during registration to sign in, grab a shirt, a map, and trash bags. Volunteers will get lunch after cleanup is finished. And the La Crosse cleanup happens the next day on June 3rd. Check-in is also at 8, and after the cleanup, all volunteers are invited to Copeland Park for lunch. You can also register for this day online. This is the 30th year of the river cleanup. The group has picked up nearly 750,000 pounds of debris and trash from the banks of the Mississippi. Well, coming up in sports, we've got a thriller down at Copeland Park. UW La Crosse baseball hosting Stevens Point with a spot in the College World Series on the line. Cade is in next.
Come explore and plan your next home improvement project at the Board Store Home Improvement's historic 8-building showroom, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
Dr. Mehta knows pain.
Oftentimes, I see patients with pain in their knees, their hips, their back, and it's actually coming from their feet.
Her suggestion?
It's as easy as going into a Good Feet store.
Come in for your free arch support fitting.
And action! Get up to 50% off list prices on hundreds of items at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Incredible deals, like this recliner, free when you purchase the reclining sofa, or these incredible beds, both at our lowest price ever, or this beefy recliner marked way down. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $375, or $499 gets you a Sealy Posturepedic mattress. Plus, we'll throw in a 7-piece bedding bundle free, up to 50% off at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day.
Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
What lies inside all of us is more than data. It's life. What's flowing through America's veins is its diversity. We ask for 1 million individuals to come forward and stand on this landmark in history. All of us are different, and it's those very differences that will lead to answers for generations to come.
Gary knows golf.
You need to have good balance, good support.
Where to find that support?
2 words, the Good Feet store. How many words is that?
Swing by for your free arch support fitting.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Cade Overton.
We've got a big weekend for UWL athletics. Not only are the Eagles hosting the NCAA Division III Super Regionals down at Copeland Park, the men's and women's track teams are across the country in New York for the Division III Track and Field Championships. But let's start with baseball. The Eagles started a best-of-3 series against UW Stevens Point, where 2 of the best teams in the state were battling for a spot in the Division III World Series. Let's go down to Copeland Park. These 2 teams split the regular season series 2-2. UWL starting game 1 as the away team. And how about this? Very first pitch of the day, and Jordan Williams starts things off with a bang, a deep fly over the left field wall. That's a solo shot, and the Eagles take a 1-0 lead just like that. Second inning, 2 on for Tim Erlob, and the catcher smokes one out to right field. 1 run is across, the throw home. Not in time as a 2-run score, and the Eagles now lead 5-0. Pointers looking for an answer, and 2 on for Jacob Boos, and the leadoff hitter is going to do some damage. A line shot past the UWL defense. 2 runners come in to score. Boos is in with an RBI triple, and Stevens Point trails by just 1. Now a 2-run game in the 4th, but with 2 men on, Peyton Nelson is going to give the Pointers the lead. A 3-run home run over the left field wall, and Stevens Point is now in front by 1 run. UWL still trailing by 1 in the 8th, but in steps Mac Bourne. With a man on, Bourne crushes a 2-run pinch hit, go-ahead home run over the right field wall. The Eagles take the lead. Are you kidding me? Bourne was one of the best hitters last year, but has been battling some injuries this season, and here he is coming in clutch. The Holman native Caleb Matto in for the close, and he gets the strikeout to end it. The Eagles win a thriller in Game 1, 10-7. And that sets up this. Game 2 tomorrow, 11 a.m. If the Eagles win, they're advancing to the College World Series. But if Stevens Point wins, there will be a winner-take-all Game 3 later Saturday afternoon. We'll have the highlights tomorrow. And as I mentioned, UWL track and field is over in Rochester, New York for the NCAA Division III Outdoor Championships. And they're still making it through the preliminaries for the most part, but that isn't stopping the Eagles from setting records. During qualifying, the UWL men's 4x100 meter relay team finished with a time of 39.86, which is a new Division III record. The team of Ryder Smith, Sam Blazowski, Spencer Reichart, and Luke Schroeder were flying around the track and will look to do even better during the finals tomorrow. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Save big Memorial Day weekend. This Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Ground beef or turkey, $2.88 for a 1-pound roll. Whole seedless watermelon, $4.68 each. And Nabisco Ritz or snack crackers, 2 for $5. Only at Hy-Vee.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Bret Michaels Party Gras 2023, Saturday, August 12th, Ho-Chunk Gaming, Black River Falls. From over 50 million albums sold comes the Poison Hits and Solo Hits Live. All for the men who starred in VH1's Rock of Love, The Masked Singer on Fox, and ABC's Greatest Hits. Bret Michaels Party Gras 2023. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster. Must be 21 years to attend. Ho-Chunk Gaming reserves the right to cancel or alter shows at any time. All ticket sales final, no refunds.
Save big Memorial Day weekend. This Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Pepsi 6-packs, $2.75 each when you buy 4. Lay's or Kettle Chips, $1.77 each when you buy 3. And hot dogs, only $1.48. Only at Hy-Vee.
Here's a look at your forecast for the evening and overnight hours. Talk about a picture-perfect evening out there. Temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s with mostly clear skies. No precip chances are in the forecast. Definitely get out and enjoy tonight.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
I will.
Yes, it does.
I will.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 6, everybody. We hope to see you again tonight at 10.